I don't know. I only eat once a day.
Yeah, good thinking.
Because, yeah, if I ate more than what I do, I'd be super duper fat. I'd be on my 7,000 pound life.
You ready?
You ever watch that show? Is that a Bud Light?
No, it's a Bushy.
No. I've got the collector's edition cans.
Oh, those are a little older now. they've already cycled out of this community. You got the fisherman's.
It tastes like it.
All right, you ready?
Born on date on this damn thing.
I almost flipped it over and poured it out. What time is it? Oh, dumbass! All right, here we go. Here we go.
Do it.
Are you just trying to navigate?
Oh, wait, hold on.
I was going to say, where's my music?
Where's the stupid... Shut up, you stupid whore. You don't talk until we have background. Here we go.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your hosts, Travis Holmes and Shayne McManus.
Shane.
Travis.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking, Busch Light. It's the collector's edition. It's the largemouth bass edition.
Well, you're so 2 weeks late. That thing's already been cycled out of our community.
Yeah, it tastes like it's got some age on it. It's not like a wine, trust me.
So I was asked, you ready for this?
Whoa. You were what?
I was asked.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were asked.
I was asked to DJ a prom next Friday.
No way.
Yep.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah. I've done. I think I've done like 3 proms over there. It's my neighbor's house, and because I've got all the sound equipment, and right next door, the neighbor guy, he's got 6 kids. Oldest is 22.
God almighty. I mean, they can have birth control for roaches, but that dude still...
Yeah.
What do you need with 6 kids?
He's got 6 kids.
Does he have a farm?
Well, yeah, he's got a little bit smaller lot next to us. He's got goats and stuff. Yeah. We got 22 acres. I think he's got 17 acres next door.
Is that why he had so many kids to work the farm? Or?
I'm not sure.
That's how it used to be back in the day.
Well, they
didn't have kids because they loved them. They needed employees.
Exactly. We got a new acre of crops. Martha, bend over. We got to get someone out there before the crops come in. I'm coming in. Coming in for the crops.
I mean, like having kids 3 or 4 years ahead of time just so they'll be ripe when it's time for the next 40 acres to show up.
1-year-old, he can get out there and plant some seeds. But no, they utilize all my sound equipment and stuff that I have here, and it's no big deal. I'll drag it over there and play it. But here's the thing. They are one of those people, and you were asking, do they have birth control? There's a group of people out there that believe, like Nick Cannon, believe that your seed should automatically be spread no matter what. Now, it's not like Catholic religion or anything like that. They don't believe in birth control. But there are a group of people out there that say, I need to spread my seed as much as possible. Now, granted, some of those people have multiple wives and multiple partners and whatnot. But he's...
the Mormons, right?
Mormons, yeah, do have multiple wives. But he's just a straight and narrow guy. He's a great guy. Very religious-based family. They're all homeschooled. They all eat all natural this and organic this, and you know what type of people I'm talking about here. But they all the kids are homeschooled. Now, some have graduated from high school. Now they're going to like a regular college, or public college or a private college. But this I don't know who's graduating high school or not graduating, but going to prom. But one of his kids are having a prom, and I go over there. And I'm like going, look, I don't know what kind of music you guys listen to. And I say you guys like your family, because you guys are a little bit too... If vanilla had no taste, that would be them.
Yeah. So you're not going over there and just, pumping Marilyn Manson or something like that.
No, Marilyn Manson or Tupac or anything like that. So I'm sitting there and I'm like going, this last time I DJ'd their prom. And I use the term DJ very loosely. It's basically my laptop connected to the mixing board, connected to the speakers, and I've got a microphone saying, did anyone lose a size 9 shoe? Come up to the DJ booth, you know. That's it. I mean, that's all I do. I just hit play.
We'll be back in a minute. Don't nobody go nowhere.
Right, exactly. So I'm sitting there, and the first time I set everything up, and they had a DJ, which was their minister, preacher guy, you know, the youth counselor guy. Hey, I'm the cool counselor.
This is going downhill for you already. And he didn't show up one time, and I went through my laptop. I'm like, all right, TikTok songs. So I played one song. I don't know. It was Lizzo. And she's like, I don't give a fuck about better. And I go, and I couldn't hit the button fast enough. And the mom comes over and she's like this next to me at the DJ booth. So the kids wouldn't see me or see her face. She's like, we can skip this song. We can skip this song. Skip this song quick. Skip this song. I'm like, I can't hit it fast enough. That's like watching like a rated R movie or something with my parents when I was younger. And they had the remote, you know, the curse words already come out, and then you're trying to hit the button, and it's like they're trying to mute it. And
the kids, and as soon as I switched the song, the kids all got together. Now, I'm not lying, all got together on the dance floor and said, Travis played a dirty word, and they all started praying.
Travis, well, they were trying to get you straightened out.
Come join our side. Nope.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of odd. I mean, is the prom okay? I got so many questions.
Okay.
Is the prom at their house?
Yes.
Are other children coming to this prom, or is it just their family?
When you have kids that are in homeschool, you homeschool them at your location, but there is an organization of homeschool kids in that area. So they all might get together and go to a field trip together. They might all go together and do something together. This is the homeschool group of kids graduating, or not graduating, going to prom.
Look, I'm not buying this. Your ass is going to end up being a sacrifice over there. They're just trying to lure you in
slowly.
Let's get the neighbor over here. You're going to have a spit up your ass rotating on a fire pit. I mean, how are they going to pay you? Like O'Doul's?
You know what? No, I was just gonna say I get hammered. I get hammered over it. I don't, because I'm sitting in the back, and I know the parents drink wine, like they have the blood of Christ type stuff,
Okay.
And
Stigmata.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't expect any payment. Last time I did it, the kids collectively took a donation, like passed a plate around, and I got the plate. I was that guy. Here you go.
Oh, you got the plate and they kept the money?
No, not the plate. But I got the money and they kept the plate. But yeah, okay. So no, I'm doing that. Have you seen
Good luck with that. I hope you survive.
Well, it'll be fun. I got some new equipment I've been wanting to test out because I've got, the other podcasts that I do. I got a couple of live events coming out, and I want to test it on the neighbors, this new equipment and stuff I got.
Sure. Religious guinea pigs.
Have you seen there's a show called The Power?
No, I don't get to watch TV. I don't have permission for that.
Why don't
you know what I watch?
What?
I spend all of my time watching our podcast videos on YouTube. That's pretty much my day.
They're fun, aren't they?
No, I'm kidding. No, I have not seen that one.
The commercial shows these young girls that are coming of age, like 13, 14, 15 years old. And
I'm listening. Talk slower.
And for whatever reason, they're conducting electricity out of their fingers.
Oh, like the Emperor from Star Wars?
Almost just like that.
Okay.
And what they're finding out is that the female genome has created another organ that is now coming relevant when girls are hitting puberty, and the organ is, I guess it's like across her chest or something. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, have you heard the stories of these girls with like 2 vaginas? It's not that.
No, it's not that.
It's a real thing. Look it up. I'm not kidding you, but go ahead.
But now I'm focusing on the 2 vaginas.
Yeah, sorry.
But the whole entire show was the commercial, the trailer for it shows it as these girls are now superheroes. You know, hey, we can shoot electric out of our fingers and all that stuff. My wife and I, it's a series. I think there was like 6 episodes. Thank God. It was it was based on a book that was trying to teach girls to empower themselves. And the only way that the girls could empower themselves is if they had superpowers over everyone else. So only women were getting these superpowers because they had this this new organ that was forming on their chest that created electricity. And if they got into a panic or they got into rage or if their emotions got involved, they would shoot electrical stuff out of their fingertips. All right, so I have a couple problems. Mm-hmm. First of all, if you're an emotional wreck, you should not have superpowers.
That's true.
So, I mean, the women in the show, they were trying to teach that women can be empowered. They don't have to be scared anymore. And like episode 3, I'm like going, my wife's like going, do you like this show? And I'm like going, yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's all right. It's okay done. She's like, oh, I love it. I'm like going, do I tell her? I'm like, babe, this thing's all about women empowering and stuff. I understand that, you're a CEO, not a CEO. She's vice president of her company. And this would give young girls confidence. And I was watching and I was like going, oh, I think I got roped into some kind of political television show.
I was gonna say, I thought society was kind of moving away from that kind of thing.
I don't know, but I mean, I watched that show and then
empowering women, with all these transgender, I don't want to get down that rabbit hole, but isn't that the society's thing now? Is if you don't think that you can hang with the guys, then you need to go hang with the girls. So are they like putting the penis on their chest or something? Is that the organ that's showing up? Or?
No, it's kind of like I don't know. It's weird, but the whole show I got wrapped into it. So.
I'd like to meet the guy that came up with that.
Hello, it was based on a book written by Norma Van Klockenschlick or something like that.
Van Klockenschlick.
Did I say?
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah. I really don't. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was a weird show. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. I'm not looking for anything from you. I just figured I'd throw that out there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's so many different ways I could have gone there, but I don't know how political you want to get.
You can do whatever.
We're trying to keep it lighthearted. Yeah. So. I was going to pick my nose, but I just sucked that bad boy right now.
Suck it right down in your lungs.
Yeah. All right.
Shane.
Yep.
Do you have a ritual at night or anything that you do? Like, you brush your teeth, you have to take a shower. Is there anything that you do like that's a ritual at night before you go to bed?
All of the above. I take a shower. I brush my teeth. Basic hygiene.
Do you really brush your teeth?
I do. I brush my teeth like 3 times a day.
See,
or my tooth. I'm from North Carolina.
I brush my teeth maybe like 11 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's it?
Well, yeah, because, I eat dinner at night and then go to bed, wake up, pound some coffee. And then I found out, like, if you brush your teeth right after drinking coffee, you're pushing the acidity into your teeth, into your enamel. And then, but usually I'm done eating and drinking everything by 11 o'clock. And then 11 o'clock comes around. I'm like, all right, brush my teeth. And then 12 o'clock comes around. The cycle starts again. Case of beer, yeah, dinner, and then all that stuff.
Do you floss?
Constantly. I do that constantly. And I have these. Look, see this right here? Do you have these?
Oh yeah.
These are a freaking lifesaver. I've got a whole bag up here in the studio that I keep here all the time. I got one on the side of my bed. I've got one in my car or in the truck. I keep these on me religiously.
Well, that's the difference. I brush more. You floss more. I have those things.
And together we're a family.
Yeah. I have those things, but I only pull them out when I'm like got something stuck in there and it's really aggravating me.
No, this has become an OCD habit. I will sit here, not on the air, but I will sit here.
That's a good habit.
Yeah, sit here.
Yeah, I'll pull those out when my gum is swelled up and half my face is swelled up, and I need to get that steak that I just ate out of the.
Been back there for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Still tastes good when you get it out, though.
So before I go to bed, we have what we call a bed spray that I have to put down on the bed.
Well, somebody's bragging.
No, it's a eucalyptus and rosemary or something. I don't know what it is. And it's an aerosol, and we spray it on the whole entire, or lavender, I'm sorry. And we spray it on the bed, on the pillows and everything. And it helps you breathe and sleep well at night. And of course, it doesn't matter. I'm always up at 3:00 every in the middle of the night anyways. But yeah, I put a bed spray on there.
Were you headed to the bathroom?
What?
At 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, that's the pee time, 3:00.
Yeah, but had a big old prostate. Actually, my wife, she's the manager of I don't know if I've told you what she does.
Yeah, she's the sleep apnea queen.
Yeah. So CPAP queen. She sells that stuff in her store, and I think it's Dr. Teal's sleep spray. So it's lavender and it's got melatonin in it.
Hold on. Don't you have to absorb melatonin? You can't breathe melatonin in.
Well, sure you can. I mean, if you breathe it into your nose, then it gets absorbed through your membrane there.
Yeah, but melatonin's not a vapor. It's an actual chemical that you have to physically ingest somehow.
But it's on the particles, the little liquid particles in the spray, and then you breathe. How do you think you smell poop? When somebody farts, you're smelling poop. I mean, that's the it's getting in your nose.
Shane,
fecal
I was
matter
gonna
particles
say,
getting into your nose.
Let's be a little bit professional here. It is fecal particles.
Fecal particles, but it's the same concept. If you're smelling it, you're ingesting into your system the particles of whatever you're smelling. So melatonin sits on the little water vapor
droplets
thingies. Yes. And then you breathe it into your nose, and then it gets absorbed into your system through your nose.
Do you use that on your bed? I know Dr. Teal's, they make like Epsom salt and all that stuff. Do you use that at the house?
I love it. I love the way it smells. I spray it all over everything.
If I come over, I'm going to feel like I'm being drugged. I'm going to fall asleep on the couch out there.
It's like Frank's Red Hot. I just put that shit on everything. I do. I love the way that stuff smells.
Yeah, but you said if I'm breathing melatonin and you put that stuff all over everything in the house, I'm going to be passed out at your house.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
I got to drive home.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm gonna wake up with my pants around halfway down my ass.
I mean, I kind of I use it as like a body spray too, and deodorant. Is that not good?
Shane, you just said melatonin that puts you to sleep. You're spraying this on your body and you ingest it.
Yes.
No wonder you're a big lazy fuck.
No shit. Maybe we're getting down to the root of the problem here.
You have to draw.
I guess I'll stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean, if it's got melatonin in it, put some fentanyl in there. That'll wake you up.
You can't drink it either, right? Or you're not supposed to.
What? Drink what?
The sleep spray.
Why would you drink the sleep spray, Shane?
Because when I run out of beer, I got to find something with alcohol in it, right?
There was an actual article about Liz Taylor. She was such a raging alcoholic that she would drink the isopropyl or whatever it's called, rubbing alcohol, and would drink that, and they, had to pump her stomach and stuff. But yeah.
Oh my God, aren't you supposed to pour that through bread or something to filter all the other crazy stuff?
Oh, no, I don't know. I've never heard that.
Yeah. Yes. So you can take like regular rubbing alcohol for you alcoholics out there that are desperate. Pour it through like 2 or 3 slices of bread.
Okay. Wheat, white bread, whole wheat. What are we talking about here? Whole grain?
I don't know. Just if you
sourdough,
want to be healthy, then pour it through wheat bread.
Okay, wheat bread. We got to be healthy, right?
Absolutely. So what it does is it filters out all the other crazy stuff that's in isopropyl alcohol.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, and then it will. Then you've got the pure.
Do I eat Do I eat the bread or drink the juice?
You drink you drink the juice.
Okay.
It doesn't turn it into apple juice or.
Well, I mean
it just
whatever the filter part.
Yeah. So it filters out all of the other crazy stuff that's in alcohol, and then you've got the pure. It's kind of like a water filter. Works the same way. Gets all the other heavy metals and.
Why don't you just run it through one of those Brita filters?
Why don't you just buy some liquor or beer and the process is already done?
Stop being a cheap son of a bitch and trying to get drunk off 99 cents.
No shit. I mean, you can go buy some really cheap beer nowadays, and you're probably paying more for your rubbing alcohol than you are for. But I guess if you're like a true alcoholic, beer really doesn't do it for you.
All right.
You got to get that hard stuff.
Does it make you see?
I know I do.
Does it make you see anything?
No, it doesn't do it. I don't know. I'll have to try it this weekend. I've never. Now, I will say, my grandmother, God rest her soul, she was an expert at how to siphon alcohol out of anything. Love that woman to death, but I'm telling you, she was.
When you say siphon alcohol out of anything, like carrots, like if I gave her a carrot,
she could make wine out of just about anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, it all depends on the flavor, because all it is yeast eating sugar and burping out the chemical compound of whatever the I forget the actual chemical compound of it, but I didn't want to get into beer talk, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, did you know that you can make drinking alcohol out of toilet paper?
Yes, my cellmate did that.
Yeah, and a few other things.
So
yeah, you can.
Oh, go ahead.
So anyway, yeah.
So speaking of cellmate, my dad, the other day I came out on our back porch here, our wraparound back porch.
Do you feel like you're in prison with your father?
No, not at all. He's getting better.
Well, damn, he better.
So I looked out on the back porch there, and we have a place, because we live out here in the country, and we don't have garbage pickup, so we burn stuff. You know, anything that's burnable, we put it in a pile, and then once a day, my dad will go down there and light a fire and burn it all off. In the pile the other day, I saw a toilet seat, our toilet seat from his bathroom, and I go, all right, maybe he broke it, maybe something happened. I know he was asking me to put like an ADA bar to help him squat down on the toilet and help him get back up off the toilet. He's 76 years old. He's got bad knees.
You need to buy him a squatty potty.
No, that's the reverse of what he actually needs. Squatty potty just helps you pass things around.
Oh.
But he said to me that, it was out there for a while, and the next day he goes, I hope you don't mind. I replaced the toilet seat in my bathroom. And I said, okay, that's fine. What happened? Did it break, or did you shit all over it or something? I'm thinking like the worst case scenario. And he goes, and the toilet that we have, you know what an elongated toilet is and a round toilet, right?
Yes.
All right. And when I was working for Home Depot, I had a guy go, all right, what's the difference between the two? I said, well, the elongated toilet is technically for guys, and the round toilets are for girls with guys. He goes, all right, that makes sense. Well, our toilets are round because we don't have the room in front. Mm-hmm. So he bought a new toilet seat, and the toilet seat that he bought was the split toilet seat. It's got it's not the lid. It's got the lid on it. And then the actual butt gasket part is split in the front. Whereas pecker.
Yeah, I call those pecker pinchers.
But I was like thinking to myself, why would he need to change out the round one for the one that's got not the pecker pincher, but it's got the missing space in the front? Why would he have to do that, Shane? Tell me. You've used them before.
I'm gonna have to think about that for just a little bit.
I mean, I can understand, my toilet, if I sit down, I literally have to cup the jewels and put them in the bowl.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that a crazy thing? These women bitch about putting the lid down, but you don't have to tuck your junk in a nasty toilet. I don't know. Maybe, those are like the old school,
like insane asylum toilets.
Yeah. So maybe he's just, maybe he's being nostalgic or something.
No, maybe he needs more room for his junk. I guess that's
they say the older you get, your ears get bigger and your nose gets bigger and your junk gets bigger.
No,
you can't use it.
Your balls get longer.
That's true. Well, maybe he had a traumatic experience and he's like, I'm not going through that again.
I don't know.
I'm gonna give my junk some space here.
I just thought it was very, very unique that he decided on that toilet seat.
Well, did you ask him what the?
I'm not asking him, Shane. He's got his own world that I don't want to impede on or anything like that. Just
get him in here. Get him in there. I'll ask him. Dude, why are you buying a split seat?
I got two flights of stairs to come up to the studio. He can't even make it past the first flight.
Well, just yell down there and ask him.
All right.
I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back.
So you don't know why he bought a split seat?
I don't know. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like going, okay, and it made me rethink my whole entire process. And I'm like going, should I have one of these in my bathroom? I don't know. Am I missing out on something exciting that he came across?
No, not unless there's a set of lips attached to the end of it. I think he probably was just, oh yeah, I'll get that.
Well, it
looks like that'll work.
It is a.
I really don't think there was any thought process behind it.
Well, no, because he physically had to go to Amazon.com, buy it, and have it shipped out to him. The only thing I can think of is because, the other two bathrooms in the house are used by everyone else. My wife, myself. If we have friends or family that come over, not friends or family, no one comes over here. But anyways,
I was gonna say,
but his toilet seat is his toilet seat. So he's like, maybe I don't know,
looking for a change.
I don't know.
I know those split seats are a little. I don't like them because that's just areas for your junk, like I said, to get caught up in and damaged.
I don't know,
injured.
I don't think he's worried about the injury part.
Well, I mean, nobody likes a pinch pee-pee.
Nobody does.
No.
Nobody does. All right, coming back. Shane, I got good news for you.
Oh, great. I need some good news. What is it?
Amy got the cap off the thing open.
So what is the thing?
Shane.
Yeah?
Amy, listen to my voice. Amy,
okay,
my wife,
Amy,
got the cap off of the thing that I was trying to get the cap off of.
Pickle jar.
That we couldn't get off here in the studio. And you were saying, well, just break it open. And I said, no, I don't want to get this stuff all over my hands.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so what? How did that go?
Well, Shane.
I bet it started an argument, didn't it?
No, not yet.
No.
16 beers later and two margaritas, Amy decided to, figure out how to get this thing off, the cap off of the thing. She got it off like right away.
She stuck it in her mouth like I told you to do and clamped down on it.
No. I was going at it wrong. I was grabbing the hold of the small part. She grabbed the whole entire tube and twisted it. She's like, came right off. And I go, oh shit. Okay. What do we do now? And I said, well, Shane said, put it on a toothpick and then put it in your mouth and then just go from there. So she's like, all right, I'll go grab some toothpicks. So we're sitting on the back porch and we're listening to music and stuff. It's probably like 9:30 at night and it's beautiful out here on the country. It was a nice, cool night. We got all our solar lights on the property and they're changing colors and it's real nice, romantic. And we're just kind of sitting on the back porch. My dad's passed out in bed with a pinch penis. And so she puts it on a toothpick and she puts it in her mouth and she sticks it like in the corner of her mouth, like a hayseed, puts it in the corner of her mouth. And then she puts a little bit on the toothpick for me and then gives it to me. And I hold it and I'm looking at her first. I'm holding it in my hand, looking at her going, all right, are you dying? You're not dying. Okay, then I'm going to try it now. Mm-hmm. So I put it in my mouth and she's waiting for me because she already knows what I'm going to say. and I put it in my mouth and just kind of, ugh, God, this tastes like shit. It tasted like burnt licorice.
Yeah.
And
it's supposed to taste good.
And Amy was like going, yeah, I knew you wouldn't like it. And I go, okay, now that we've done it. And she's like, I put a little bit more on yours. I didn't put as much on mine as I go. I'm like, all right, great. I'm the lab rat. I'm going to be the one that's going to pass out.
By the way, can you sign this new life insurance policy real quick?
There's a whole lot of zeros on this thing. So
okay, what happened?
So we're sitting there, and I was like, going, babe, I can't tell if I'm drunk or the things.
Yeah. See, let me stop you right there.
Uh-huh.
Let me give you. You cannot do. You got to do one or the other. You can't be drinking beer. You can't do a cross buzz. If you want to know what it really and truly feels like, you can't drink anything because you're going to get this funky, weird little cross buzz, and you don't know what's what.
But I did. You know what? As soon as I put it in my mouth, I felt myself sober up just a little bit. Like if I was, scale of 1 to 10, eight being drunk. Yeah, 8 being drunk, and then I put the thing in there, and 1 being sober. I went from 8 to about a 5.5, and I was like, "Whoa! All right, this is new."
You were just scared. The first time I ever really did it, the person that I got it from, we won't name any names. You're kind of like supposed to ease into this stuff a little bit, and he just gave me top shelf, whatever, and then it's like he just gave it to me and then sat back and laughed. This stuff sent me to the moon. I hated it. I did not like the way it made me feel, but I was drinking at the same time, so I didn't know what was what. No, stuff that you got.
Yeah, it sobered me right up. And then Amy was saying that she was walking around. She's like, I feel it. She's like, I like it. And I go, and she didn't have as much as I had, as far as drinking wise. I think she probably had like 5 beers and 1 margarita over like a 4-hour period. And she's like, I feel it in my hands. I feel it in my arms. She's like, and she's walking around the house clenching her fists and kind of doing this chicken wing dance or something. And she's like, I like it. She's like, I feel calm. She's like, I'm really, really relaxed.
So the stuff that she's got it's called a body high. So you feel that relaxing in your body. Then there's some other stuff that is a mind high.
That's what I probably had.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. You're getting it out of the same file. But yeah, I mean, so you get that body high and then you get that relaxing and all that good stuff. So now your wife's a pothead.
She's not pothead. She's one of those opium den Chinese guys sitting on a room full of pillows.
Oh, good. Damn. Well, then y'all are going to start smoking a hookah. Y'all getting funky out in the country, aren't you?
Well, I mean, we deserve it. I don't have to take drug tests anymore. I don't work a 9-to-5 job like I used to. I don't have to go into a studio. I'm not contracted by anyone to live a certain lifestyle. I'm like going, fuck this. I'm going for it. I just don't want to die. That's my worst fear.
Oh, come on. Now, if you were a professional, you would drug test yourself. Right?
I would.
You don't want to die.
That's my worst. My worst fear is dying and ending up in the news. That is one of my, not just dying and ending up in the news on some stupid report. Travis Holmes, age 50 years old, was found lying in his bedroom with shit and piss and vomit and cornflakes for some reason all over his body, and one of those CBD oil pens next to his body. Details at 11. That's the worst thing. I don't want to end up in the news. That's the worst. Or on the newspaper, if you can find one of those anymore, or on someone's website. I don't want to end up. I just want to die, go away peacefully, and no one knows what happened,
So you don't want to end up on Murder and Coffee with a split seat toilet seat wrapped around your neck.
This week on Murder and Coffee, Travis Holmes, host of This Is 50, dies with his penis wrapped around a half-split toilet seat while sucking CBD oil and drinking beer. No one saw this coming.
God. Oh my God. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd buy that movie for sure.
That would be Matt Cochran's best episode, probably. Screw the Menendez brothers.
Oh yeah, they don't even hold a candle. They don't hold a candle to that scandal.
Yeah. So there's a picture of me like some weird position, head against the wall.
Yeah. Well, look. So you broke the seal, so to speak.
Yes.
And did you feel anything? Obviously your wife likes it.
So here's the thing. So my wife just got back into town from, I think that night, Thursday night. So this is our first day together. It's Friday evening or whatever. And I always say, when you come home, did you bring me back anything? She's like, oh, I didn't bring you back anything. Normally she gets me like a shirt or a coffee cup or something like that. She's like, I stole these from the hotel. And she had like a handful of like the little trick-or-treat size, like Almond Joy and Snickers bars and all that stuff. She kind of pulled them out of her purse and handed it to me. And this is when she got home.
Funsize.
Yeah, the little Funsize thing. So I had them next to the bed and I didn't think anything of them. But that night after I took that oil, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting there as quiet as I can, and I'm opening up the wrapper in the dark, opening up the wrapper of the Snickers bar. I can't see what it is. I'm assuming it's Snickers bar. I don't find out until I bite it. And I bite it, I'm like, and then I put it down. I like, that was really good. And I grab another one, mystery snack size thing. Open up another. Oh, it's a Twix bar. She's like, what are you doing over there? You're making noises. I'm like going, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Gotta go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Leave me alone. I'm doing just fine over here.
Yeah. So I ate. I had the munchies. I've never had that in a long time. And I like in the morning, I was like going, I think you had the munchies. You ate like 3 of those.
Shit, I got the munchies whether I'm high or not. It doesn't matter. But, if you really got a hold of the good stuff. If you don't worry about the wrapper, you just throw the whole thing in there eat the wrapper with it. That's the really good stuff.
No, that's not the good stuff. That's the stuff that makes you stupid. That's the one that makes you dead on the toilet.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your experience. I mean, it doesn't sound like you were traumatized by it.
No, we'll probably try it tonight. Friday night. Feel like fighting?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you need to see. Here's your problem. You're out in the sticks, so you need a good supplier.
I need something. So my address
go
is
to your doctor. Say I got glaucoma, and get you a prescription.
Yeah. I don't know if medical marijuana is legal here in North Carolina or not.
It doesn't have to be.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I had to text Amy. She
Where is she?
We moved one of the horses that came home from boot camp and now is going to a secondary boot camp. This is the one that she's going to be performing in competition and stuff.
Is she on the property? Is my question.
One horse is not. The other ones are still here.
I'm talking about your wife. Is Amy on the property?
No. She had to drive. I had to load up a horse this morning or this afternoon. She took it over to the training facility, and she's over there right now. She's sending me the picture that she got. She's so nervous when pulling these horses and stuff, on especially trailers that aren't ours. We borrow the trailer from people, and we don't know what the condition of the trailer is. So she's, on the road, $100,000 truck, $2 million horse on a $10,000 trailer, that type thing. So
what if I went and bought myself a truck and a trailer and I transported your horses for you? Would that be a thing?
Yeah, there are people that do that. Yeah. A good friend of mine was doing it up in Pennsylvania, and her and her husband bought a huge dually. I forget what brand it was, and then had a 4-passenger horse, for lack of a better term, or a horse trailer. Sorry.
I'm always trying to think of ways of making some extra money.
It's a lot, Shane. It's a lot of insurance and a lot of hoops and stuff to jump through.
I'm cool with that.
Well, first of all, if you want a dually, a used dually with diesel engine and stuff to do a long haul, and I'm talking like people buy horses from Colorado and they're shipped, and you got to stop every 3 hours to let the horse out, bring the horse back into the trailer. And if you got 4 horses,
I'm just talking around Marshville. I'm not talking about state to state. I'm just talking about coming up. I'm going to drive over there, load up your horse, take it to wherever she wants it to go.
The thing is, everyone in Marshville either has a friend, it's the two things in Florida. Never buy a boat, never have a pool, because you have friends that have a boat and have a pool. It's kind of like Marshville's the same way. You know someone that's got a horse trailer and a horse truck. So everyone knows everybody.
You don't know where to buy weed.
Oh, I know where to buy it. I just don't trust the people that are selling it.
No, okay.
Like my neighbors next door, I'm sure they have weed all the time. He's a young guy.
Wait a minute. I thought they were like super duper.
No, the other side of the property. When you have a house, Shane, normally you have a left neighbor and a right neighbor.
And surrounded by people.
The best part is I love it, man. When it's football season, they're from Hawaii, actually from the Philippines via Hawaii. And they get so drunk over there on their back porch. And they got a small little house, little 4-corner house over there, 2 stories. And they will sing Filipino karaoke. And it's so funny and loud. And it, out in the country, there's nothing like interfering with the sound or anything. And they're, don't know my go. Pia Kalawa. Now and then you hear a gun go off. And so it's, no, they're awesome.
You need to call me the next time
I will.
Going on, because I got it.
I will videotape them. I gone over there a couple times, and I'm like, and they're like,
I'm gonna go sing with them.
But it's no English songs, and it's nothing like.
I don't care. I can fake it. I'm gonna bust in there with a little pig. Here, throw this dude on the barbecue. Let's sing.
All right, here we go.
What do they drink in Philippines? What's their alcohol?
Actually, over here, they every time I go over there and he offers me a beer, it's always Corona.
Ugh. Blech. Corona.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Shane.
Yes.
You okay now?
Yeah, I'm great.
So I had a fight with my wife.
Oh, shocker.
No. I didn't.
What was it about, Travis? Tell me. I'm listening.
I wasn't
lay down on the couch.
Shane, I'm an only child.
Me too.
Are you really?
I am.
Do you get jealous if your wife talks to more people than you do in a day? Be careful, because I know your family listens to this show.
Yeah. It's
come lay on the couch, Shane. Let's talk about it.
No kidding. What a therapy session for the both of us. I don't get jealous per se, but it's almost like that housewife syndrome, where a housewife, she has kids and she doesn't work. She stays home and takes care of the kids, and then. By the time the husband gets home, she wants
attention.
Conversation.
Yeah, attention.
Yeah, she wants some attention. So I'm kind of like that since I'm a kept man now. But I don't get. Yeah, I do. Yeah, damn it. Let's just throw it out there. Yes, I get jealous. I get mad when I'm not the center of attention.
I do too, and I don't know if that's because of being
But then let me say I've been home all day long playing with myself. And, I'm not very entertaining. So I want somebody else
to entertain me.
Kind of, yeah. I get it. Go ahead.
So I guess the fight, of course, 12 beers into it. Mm-hmm. My wife was working, and, she got off work. And I say working.
There's her trump card, by the way.
Right. So she's working. Shane, I work. Every time you're like going, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm editing this show and I'm editing this show. So I've got my own stuff going on, but my job is not as involved as her job is. Mm-hmm. And so she was working, and I'm like, all right, 6:30 on Friday. She's like, I have to get off work at 6:30 so we can do this with the horses and do all this stuff. And then we can sit down and have time together. I'm like, all right, cool. So 5 o'clock rolls around. She cracks her first one because she's just sitting there just wrapping up the details of the end of the day. 6:30 rolls around. She finally wraps up everything. She goes down to the horse barn, And now because the show horse is back here on the property, she's got to make sure that this is done and all the other stuff. 9:30 rolls around, and every time I tell the story, she's like, oh, it gets later and later every time. So let's say 9 o'clock rolls around. I'm already however many deep into the night, and she comes up and she's like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm like, I have waited all day for you, and that's where it started. I have waited all day for you to get done with work, get done with your chores. I've even offered to help you and all this stuff. And I said, now you're tired? Now you don't want to have any participation with me? Now you don't want to show me any attention? And now, woke up the next morning going, God, what the hell did I say? Oh,
yeah, you need to tamp that down just a little bit, buddy. That's just part of being a kept man. I'm telling you.
Shane, I'm not. See, I don't want to say that you're not a kept man or I'm not a kept man. I'm not. I earned my keep. Now, I don't make, that type of money my wife does. I do make a fair chunk of change. But still.
It's going to be the same whether you worked or not. That's just being married.
No, no,
yeah, it is.
No,
it is.
When I had a Monday through Friday full-time job, 8 to 5, 8 to 6, traveled into work and traveled back home. When we first got married and stuff, there was nothing like this happen. It's not until that, I made, what they say, find what you love doing, figure out a way to make money doing it. And that's what I did. And I've made a pretty good career out of doing what I do.
Sure. She doesn't care.
No, she doesn't. She's like, all you do is go up there and play with your friends and you talk and you drink beer and make fun of everyone. I'm like, babe, that's an hour of what you hear.
Hard work. That's hard work.
You don't see the other 3-5 hours of stuff I've got to do outside of this realm.
So here's what you do.
Oh, here we go.
Here's what you do. You say, okay, oh, wife of mine, bring your ass up here into the studio and you do it.
No.
Get her to come on a podcast with you and just talk. Have a my wife segment, have an Amy segment, and just tell her to talk and see what she can do.
Oh, no.
Or,
go ahead.
Or the other option is for you to befriend one of your horses. They're great listeners.
No,
you're screwed. I mean, you're out there in the middle of the sticks. You don't have anybody around other than the Filipinos karaoke people.
I don't want to feel warm.
Yeah, and the Amish prudes next door that throw proms. That's weird, by the way, but you don't have a lot of options.
There are all these holes in the sheet floor.
And your dad, I'm concerned for his safety.
No, but
he's going to end up on an episode of Murder and Coffee.
Yeah. But when I was down in Florida and when we first started dating and stuff, she knew that I was on the air and she actually came into the studio and I'm like, yeah, come on in. She's like, no, I don't want to be. She's like, and she sat in the green room. The green room had a piece of glass where you can like sit there and look in the studio. But she knows exactly what goes on.
Okay. So here's the thing. You've got to go back to your childhood. You were only child.
I'm trying to get away from it.
No. Well, you found ways to entertain yourself as an only child because your parents couldn't do it all the time. You had to find ways to entertain yourself.
Right.
So now your wife is mom and dad. She's got stuff to do. And she doesn't have time to play with you. So you've got to find validation in what you're doing. If she doesn't want to talk to you, now, I'm not talking about the bound chickle wow. That's a whole different story.
Right. I can take care of that.
Yeah, that's a challenge in itself. But as far as her interacting with you or playing with you, if she doesn't want to, or she's tired, whatever, you got to do it yourself.
Shane, hold me.
Yeah. I'm giving you a virtual hug.
Oh, thank you.
I get it though. I really do. Cause my wife, she's very, it's kind of like your wife. She's very important at what she does and she gets things done. And when she gets home at the end of the day, she don't want to
hear your stories.
Yeah. So I have to find other things to do.
Hence this podcast.
Yeah, I have to play with myself.
Right.
Shayne,
but don't get mad at her.
It was just me spiraling. And the thing is, with my brain or everything, it just kept feeding and stirring up and stirring up. And sorry to recorrect the focus on my camera. It just kept eating at me. And you know what I do? What I actually do to make myself not get upset when I feel that personally, I actually draw. When I feel myself have these thoughts, I put it on the wrong hand. I draw this on my hand.
Okay.
No, I do. When my brain sits there and I have these bad
swimming, just keep swimming.
I have these bad thoughts in my head. I draw that on my hand. On my hand. Nice. Just to remind myself, don't be mad. Don't be mad. This is a smiley face. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, it's a smiley face just to remember to say, hey, everything's good, everything's positive, and stuff like that. And I actually got that from Ozzy Osbourne. Good friend of mine.
Just draw on yourself. Play some Don't Worry, Be Happy. Think positive. Give yourself a mohawk.
I got my mohawk. And my wife gave it to me.
You've got to find other way. And look, I'm preaching to the choir here because I'm the biggest basket case you'll ever run across right now. But you gotta find ways to validate yourself. Don't look at she's validating you by letting you live. Hasn't killed you yet, so
it doesn't work that way.
Yes, it does.
Shayne, you want to go to space? Get out of this place?
No kidding. Yeah, that's about the only place you could probably find any peace anymore. Would you ever go to space?
Would I go to space, or would I do like the William Shatner, Jeff Bezos thing where they kind of, those, remember the old school rockets where you put water in the rocket and you kind of pumped it up and it shot off and the water just kind of propelled out, got up in space and then dropped back down?
Enough power to take your fat ass to space. I'm sorry. That's not going to work. No, I'm serious. What would you, okay. Let's just say you had Jeff Bezos money.
I have Jeff Bezos money.
No, you don't.
No, you said let's say it.
He's got his own money.
Right.
You've got yours.
Uh-huh.
So what did it cost? What's the price tag? Like Michael Strahan, he was on that little thing. What does it cost?
I think it was
that little deal they're doing.
500,000 or something like that. It wasn't that much. It was like 250,000, something stupid, ridiculous. And you cram, 6 bodies in that piss tank, and that pays for the rocket fuel and gas and treats or whatever, gas and snacks.
Yeah, here's some beer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just always been fascinated with going. I was watching that when they first started doing that, and then all the SpaceX, rocket ships exploding, and I was just curious if you were ever given the opportunity, if you had the money, or if they said, okay, you can go for free, but
would I go?
The risk of, would you do it?
All right, so I'm going to answer this question with a small scenario of I actually almost went to space. Believe it or not, I did.
Oh my God, I think.
So when you go to space, the rocket fires and you get launched, propelled into the air, and you feel a great amount of G-forces on you, right? That's the main thing. There's a huge amount of G-forces as you trying to lift off and get away from Earth's gravitational pull and get out to space and into the stratosphere, and then you float around and fart and stuff, and then you come back down. There is a ride, because I was born and raised in Orlando, Florida. Walt Disney World had a ride called Mission to Mars, and Mission to Mars was a simulator of you leaving Earth and flying into Mars, or flying to Mars, or something like that. And this is back in, I'm going to say 20 years ago, they had this ride. And the way it was set up was you and 3 other people are sitting on this bench that's got like these, the harnesses and stuff on it. And you, in front of your face, had this small, you ever, when you go to the DMV and you have to push your head on the front of the thing to read the letters in the graph, to do your eye test. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You push your head and hit the button.
and that lights up, that's what you were looking at in this cockpit thing. And what happened was the thing would spin you around that you couldn't see outside at all. You just felt the pressure and stuff on your body and the centrifugal force of you being pulled back and, you know, the thing spinning around and around and around. I don't know how fast it got. I think they said it almost did 1G. If you're looking it up, I don't know if you're looking it up on the internet. It was called Mission to Mars. And then you see the Earth and you're looking through this thing, and the ride lasted probably 6 minutes. I got off that ride. I was so nauseous and sick for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I couldn't do anything for the rest of the day after I got off that ride. So would you say, yes, would I go to space? Yes. If you could take out that experience and get away from that completely, and I would just go up there like launching off of a plane and then coming back down like a plane.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking so much about the I thought you were going to tell me like there was a NASA scout hanging out going, well, that dude right there.
Who knows? Disney, Walt Disney World and Cape Canaveral, I mean, they were only 40 minutes apart from each other. I'm
talking about the danger aspect of it. So it's like
danger. Shane, I could barely pass the initial launch off the site, let alone a danger.
Well, okay. So let's just say that and you can apply this to anything in life.
Okay. Kids, take note.
Okay. You don't have to pay for it.
All right.
We'll put the bill.
I got a Groupon.
Yeah. But there's a 95% chance you're not going to survive. Or you're going to go do it anyway.
No.
Is there anything in life?
Nope.
That you just got to do?
Nope.
It's unobtainable right now for you. But if somebody said, you don't have to pay for it, we'll foot the bill, but there's a 95% chance you're not going to survive, would you do it?
No.
And for me, going to space is one of those things.
Would you? Well, I mean, you're from the Air Force, though. You were flying around on ships and stuff underwater.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
The Navy.
Air Force. I think it's like Space Force. But
well, see that's the thing. I mean, I would.
Are you trusting the thing that you are on? Like if it was government, because you were military, are you trusting the government would send you into space and say, well, they must know what they're doing. Here's this rocket, we're sending you in space. Or are you just doing it because you were in the Air Force and you know the experience that you went through by just going up on those cargo carriers and stuff and coming back down? You have more confidence that way.
It's strictly a personal thing. I mean, I don't feel safe on flying around on anything that the government contracted to the lowest bidder.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, it's just a strictly personal thing. I want to go to space.
Do you really?
So I do. I've always wanted to go to space. So I'm willing to go if you had a 5% chance to survive, but I have to get to space and experience it. I don't want to, if somebody said you're going to blow up 3 seconds off the launch pad, then that's not worth it.
But that's a gamble. That's a gamble. What if they said,
are you willing to take that gamble?
Yeah.
Is there anything in your life that you're willing to take that gamble? Oh, I just got to do it.
No. If they said 96% survival rate, but 5% or whatever, plus or minus 3.2% inaccuracy or whatever, that there's a 5% chance that you will die or 5% chance that you will survive. No, if they said it was 5% you were going to die, no, that's still too high for me.
Well, I want to get up there and see if there's any aliens floating around.
There are.
Do you believe in aliens?
I believe that us as...
No. Now, wait a minute before you get started. I'm being 1,000% serious.
And
here.
So am I.
Okay.
I believe that the human race, if we think that we are the only life form ever, is very conceited. I've always had this notion. I've always had this belief that who are we to believe that we are the only life form in this whole entire galaxy that is so conceited that, yes, we are. And, studies are shown that, there are sounds and other planets that are, 100,000 million light years away that, 1% of the galaxies that have 1% of the planets that have 1% of the actual distance from the sun that has the 1% of this, that there's another planet out there that can inhabit life form. Might not be like ours, but yes, I do believe there's life forces out there outside of ours. Now, when they say that it takes 10 light years or 100 light years to get somewhere, that's where the cryogenic sleeping happens, because a normal human would leave. I mean, I don't know if you watch Interstellar, if you leave a planet and then there's that whole thing and then you come back and everyone's older and you're still the same age. Did I lose you on that one? Did I lose you on that one?
A little bit.
It's all right.
Just trying to calculate all that.
Holy shit, where's my abacus?
Yeah, I'm just, you see all these news reports that are coming out where the government's releasing all of this footage and their thoughts on, what they've experienced.
Here's
and
my
it's kind of cool. I mean, think that there might be some other stuff out, but I've got my own opinion about what aliens are, but we won't get into that. But I think they're real.
If the government said, no matter who's in office, rolled out and said, here is an alien from another life, a life form from another planet on our planet that traveled here, whatever, and he showed up, and here's the little, Joe Green guy over here, Think of how that's going to change the whole entire concept of how the human race views life. The whole thing about God, religion, money, all that stuff would go away like that. If there's a possibility that if someone rolled out an alien saying, here's little Joe Alien, hey, wave to him, everybody, I am Joe Alien. I don't know why he sounds like a robot, but still, humanity itself would turn against itself and the world as we know it, and that's the worst thing you can do. The government, controls the people, and religion controls your values and stuff. That would completely just go out the door, because now we've had this concept that we are chosen. Believe it or not, everyone here on planet Earth is chosen. And because we believe in one God, one union, all that stuff. If,
those people would say, okay, if there were aliens or life forms on other planets, then, God created that too. Yeah. Just like he created. So you've got that school of thought. Then you've got the others of, well, that life evolved just like we evolved. Your, what's that dude's name? Darwin?
Yeah. Kevin.
Don't they have some sort of yearly award named after that Darwin guy?
Yeah, it's the Darwin Awards. Yeah, for people who just basically self-eliminate themselves.
Died in stupid ways. Right. Pulled a Coke machine over on top of them.
I want a Coke. Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. With all this stuff coming out about the government, I was just kind of like, wow. That's kind of, how would that not, like you said, that would just change everything.
It would completely change everything. Now, granted, I would say that the government might give us like small baby food type information. For example, a meteor landed out in the middle of Nevada, and we found that the meteor has, and this is true, 3 elements that are not on our periodic table.
Yeah. Well, that's the kind of, one of my big things that I've always wanted to do is like try to raid Area 51.
You want to go out there and what do they call it? Butt clap some aliens?
Yeah, I've just always wanted to try to infiltrate, which
they can't stop all of us, Shane. They can't stop all of us.
Well, I'm not, I don't know enough people to, get a large crowd going, but I'd probably have a better chance of surviving a shot into space than getting into that place. But I mean, when I was in the military, I had a top secret clearance, and that's you might go,
I don't know what that means. I mean,
well, you had secret, you had a general clearance, you had a secret, and then a top secret. Mm-hmm. And I've probably got those twisted around. It's maybe top secret than secret. Anyway.
You could tell me anything. I would believe you.
Yeah. I had the higher tier one because, we would ship equipment and different things. and I saw some crazy stuff, and I could tell you about it, but I would have to kill you. I don't know. I have to check my time frame. I think you get 10 years where you can't talk about this stuff. And anyway, I saw some really weird stuff and all of these UFOs and all this crazy stuff. I think my hypothesis is that it's all top secret military aircraft and, them trying, experimental stuff. And that's what people are seeing. But then you get the military coming out and the government got this and this and this, releasing all this stuff. So it's just kind of like confusing to me.
That's what I'm saying. They're spoon feeding us a little bit more. Let's put this out there. What are the results of us telling them this? Everyone's good. Okay. All right. Well, let's give them this, because we have to give them this, because our bigger goal is to release this
you
whole
don't want to scare the shit out of people.
Exactly.
You're gonna scare them to death if you just throw the whole thing at them at one time.
Give me look.
Which I don't care.
What I say, Tommy Green Man, what was his name? Little green guy. Come on, show, and everyone would just completely freak out.
Mean Joe Green.
Something like that.
I don't know. I kind of, it's fascinating to me, but yeah, I would, the only really true way to, let's just strap our ass to a rocket.
Like Johnny Knoxville and just go?
Yeah, let's just see what happens. But, between all that, if there's anything in this world that you would do if there was a 5% chance of survival, then going into space is mine.
Well,
yours is going into.
I think you got the numbers backwards, though. That's what I was saying. I think if it was a 5% that you would die, I would say no.
A 95% chance, I'd still do it.
95% that you would die?
If I had a 5% chance of survival, I'd still do it.
It's way too. It's not worth it.
Well, I don't like myself as much as you do, so.
I love myself. It's all about this guy. 2 thumbs.
Long time, right?
Nobody pays attention to me, and when you don't, I get mad.
Oh, bless your heart.
All right. What else you got going on? Anything?
No. Probably got to mow the grass. They're already starting next door. You can hear it.
I can hear something in the background. Make sure you do some of that lavender and melatonin spray before you go out there.
Ooh, now let's put some methadone in that spray. That changes the conversation, doesn't it?
My friend died of methadone. Thanks, Shane, for reminding me of that.
Yeah, sorry. Well, just do your CBD. Do your little oil over there.
My True Leave or whatever.
Yeah, I hope you and your wife have enough to have a good weekend. Got enough left for that.
Oh, God. The whole thing, the tube's got like, I think it's like 4 grams or something in there. And we only put like half a spaghetti noodle on a toothpick. So,
well, the good news is she liked it. So that opens up a whole world of possibilities for you.
Well, she's coming back. She's been stressed out trying to get this horse over to a new facility, which is about 45 minutes away. It's like almost on the South Carolina border.
My suggestion is to take that toothpick and just drop the whole thing in, let it soak for the day.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, Shane. Talk to you later.
All right. See you. Bye.